Pyewacket. Okay, this one was a pleasant surprise. Not great, but a good low-budget flick with a decent story about grief and understanding that I found on Shudder today. Pyewacket is a film from 2018 that flew under the radar, despite starring LAURIE HOLDEN from The Walking Dead as Leah's mother, and she's the best actress in this film, which makes sense given her history and filmography. Anyway, Pyewacket follows this teenage girl obsessed with the occult named Leah. She's a typical goth/emo girl who only really paints her nails and reads gothic books, but at least there's an in-universe reasoning and fits the bill of an angsty teen almost too realistically. It honestly can get a bit cringy, at least in the beginning. Leah's dad has died and her mom is having a hard time coping, so she buys a house in the woods and plans to move there with Leah. Of course, Leah doesn't take too kindly to that, and like any teenager with a death note, decides to perform an occult ritual to summon a demon to kill her mother. But of course, things don't always go as planned and quickly spiral out of control. I'll give the movie credit, it's got a good music score and doesn't feel very cheap, despite clearly being made on a budget. I'll also give it credit for some story beats. The mother could have been abusive or all sorts of evil, but no, she's fairly normal. The film makes it clear that this is a realistic flick first, even with supernatural elements. It's a cringy, angsty teenager and her tired mother who doesn't understand her and is clearly grieving the loss of her husband and having a hard time of it. The supernatural aspects, once they start, are nice and slow with some clever foreshadowing. There's definitely some issues resulting from the low budget, but the growing tension really builds it to something worthwhile. There are some very creepy scenes, especially in the climax, where things get nice and crazy. Just how I like it with these sorts of films and demons. It's not perfect by no means. The acting from the kids can be rather stilted at times, but again, I feel like that's part of the charm and being intentional. Most of the time anyway. There's also this annoying habit of jump scare transitions from one scene to another with just a loud noise to something mundane. The only other thing I want to complain about really is the very end. I feel like it could have gone on a bit longer to give a more satisfying conclusion. It's only 88 minutes long, so there's definitely room to expand that. I don't know why they didn't. Everything we saw after a certain point in the climax is pretty obvious and was very easy to figure out the twist. If it had a bit more length, I feel like it could have been a bit more nuanced, but we got some cool scenes up until then, so I'll call it a success overall. Pyewacket is a neat little film for all of your low budget needs, but suffers a few hurdles that stop it from being truly great. Pyewacket gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, thanks for watching another one of these. I know I missed last week, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes that happens. But this one was fun. I highly suggest checking it out on Shudder if you're a fan of low budget films. Low budget films can be good. I mean, look at Evil Dead. That's always great too. It's always fun to see something unique that people can do with little amount of money. But it does suffer a little bit, just story-wise. It's weird. I feel like it could have been a bit better, but it's still something. Anyway, comment down below, tell me what you think of the film if you watch it, or what you think I should watch next. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss a video, and that's it. Have a great day, and if you're not, have a better one. See ya. Memory of a shipwreck in the undertow. You're just a lost song alone. You're just a ghost in your